Coming to you live in Japan, in Tokyo. I am Skhumba. Mapolova is in the studio in Johannesburg. And right now, I have my main man, Musiman, and the one and only David O'Sullivan. Hello, David.
Hey, Skhumba. How are you?
Hey, Mapolova, you should see David. He's sweating. He's been running around the rest of Japan, Joe.
I've been, you got to see Greg Maluka. He has found a record shop, sells the vinyls. It's 5 floors of vinyls. I've got a photograph of him. He walked in, he found the rare jazz, funk, R&B floor, and he just started rubbing his head in excitement. And I left him. I said, don't worry, I'll find my own way back. And he's just hauling out Donny Hathaway, found some Louis Vega remixes. He's going mad.
Is it
Hancock, all those albums, all the old vinyls. And he's playing them, and he's taking over that shop. It's brilliant.
Is it really all over the floor, all over the 5 floors?
And Ndumiso, you can't believe it. They've never seen anything like it because, of course, he towers over everybody because the Japanese are small. And Skhumba, Mosibodi, you got to see Mosibodi. Everybody comes up to his chest.
The mirrors are too short in the bathroom. I couldn't see my head.
The World Cup is happening this coming, starting today. Today we have an opening ceremony.
Yeah, opening game today.
And then we have Russia against Japan. And tomorrow it's the big one.
That's it.
But let's talk about traveling and coming to Japan. How have you guys found the trip from Johannesburg up until here?
Well, it was 27 hours, I think, from when we got on the plane to when we got off the plane.
Sure.
That was
27 hours, Mapolo. 27, Joe.
And those airline seats, I mean, Cathay Pacific really looks after you and you get nice food and everything. But let's face it, those seats are not designed. They're designed maybe for... No, they're not designed for Mosibodi because there's not enough leg room for him, and they certainly aren't designed for you and I in terms of the substance, because our bodies are temples, and we're rather big.
They're designed for Apollo because it's just there. It's just a
So you guys, I mean, you were traveling eastwards, right? So I imagine jet lag was a bit of an issue, was it not?
Funny enough, Ndumiso, it hasn't been because I think we had spent so long on the plane and none of us could sleep properly. So when we got here we got to the hotel at 11 o'clock at night, which was 4 o'clock in the afternoon in South Africa. So while our body clocks were on 4 o'clock, we were so tired from the flying that we just all crashed. I got 8 hours solid sleep. So when I woke up this morning at 8 o'clock, which is 1 o'clock in the morning, South African time, it didn't feel like 1 o'clock. It felt like 8 o'clock, and I was ready to go. I feel absolutely no jet lag whatsoever. And we've done so much this morning because you get energized by the city. So, no, jet lag's not an issue.
Mosibodi, you've been this World Cup 2019. What are your expectations, Joe?
I think for the first time in a long time, it feels positive around the Springboks.
Yeah.
It feels positive. Because sometimes going into a World Cup, there's always this talk, Shama Springboks. And we weren't very happy with what was happening under Heineke Meyer, to be fair. So right now, what Rassie Rasmus has been able to do, not only in terms of the Springboks, but in terms of looking at South Africa.
Sure.
And what South Africa needs. I remember speaking to Akona Ndungane last year sometime about Siya Kolisi being appointed captain.
Sure.
We saw him going down to Craven Week with youngsters from the Eastern Cape singing Ikwicho Nabo.
Yeah.
We'd never seen a South African captain. Just imagine a Springbok captain, because you have this certain idea. Good Springbok captain
must act this way.
You know what I mean?
Follow this protocol and whatever.
And then here's a guy who's going there, enjoying a good time with the kids. And I think it's got a lot of positivity around the Springboks. The other day I was watching Kaunda and Tunja's show, which I enjoy on SuperSport Ipaga, and just the way they were talking about, yes, there are certain areas maybe where he could have there were some concerns. Okay, why is he bringing Schalk Brits who's 38 or whatever? But in general, I think everyone is really, really, really happy with the depth of the side, with the side that's been selected. And it seems that they are a team, a unified team.
Yeah.
And I think that leaves me very positive about what the Boks can do.
I think you've nailed it on the head. It's all about that leadership that Siya brings. The fact that he can be such a powerful unifying force so many more people, Afropolitans, are getting involved in the game because of the presence of somebody like Siya Kolisi, who just so naturally brings people together. He just exudes that, doesn't he? And then the way Rassie Erasmus has done this meticulous planning and built this team over a number of years, and then in the build-up to this World Cup, gets them here 2 weeks early. The earliest that any teams arrive.
Yeah, well, we've been here for 2 weeks now.
That's right. And it's hot. It's humid. I think the humidity is the big issue. So the players now, they're acclimatized to that. They're eating the right foods. I hope they're all eating the grilled salmon and eating the lotus root and
not the
things like that.
porch, not the sandwich. Porch.
Oh, did you have a bad sandwich? I had the most fabulous breakfast.
I saw you putting in all the
that grilled salmon.
smoked salmon and
Grilled salmon.
oh, the grilled salmon. Yeah.
Oh, it was amazing. And then the lotus root, and there was something else that I ate, which was just amazing. But he's prepared all of that correctly. And then there was the methodical demolition of Japan in the warm-up game.
Which you predicted, Skhumba?
Yep, that we're going to hammer them.
Yeah, but it was absolutely meticulous, and they put us under pressure, and the guys withheld the pressure, and the defence, and all of those things worked. It's the exact same team that's going to play the All Blacks. So I think Mosibodi's absolutely right in terms of how rugby is influencing the South African nation, and also how good this team actually is. This team can actually go all the way.